these crooks, they've become very, very, very smart. Don't let these people come for your hard-earned money or try to make life miserable for you. Unfortunately, people like this are always going to be out there in the world where they just sit in their houses and try to figure out how they can make money from the rest of us who are working. Please, please, please share this video with all your friends on WhatsApp, on Facebook, so they don't fall victim of the same thing. Share, 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 share. He just said he's Pastor George, and I've never heard of a Pastor George in this church. So I don't know what it is that when they talk and they talk too fast, you don't get the time to process what they are saying at the beginning. That's when I knew for sure, something has happened to me. Now at this point, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, and I'm thinking through it. So I call somebody from the church and I let them know what just happened. Then
In a world where opportunities are boundless and connections pave the way for success, there's one event that stands out above the rest. The Jumbo List Expo 2024. After a resounding success in New Jersey, Jumbo List is back. From May 24th to May 27th, join us for an unforgettable journey at the Jumbo List Expo 2024 as we celebrate Memorial Day weekend in a grand fashion, a weekend where dreams meet opportunity. Together, we are unlocking those two possibilities. So maybe you're wondering what sets the Jumbo List Expo apart. It's where every business begins with Jumbo, a gathering of brilliant minds, innovative ideas, and limitless potential. This isn't just an expo. It's a convergence of industry titans, thought leaders, and aspiring entrepreneurs, all united by a shared vision of growth and success. For more details and inquiries, don't forget to reach us through our social media pages, our phone numbers, and our website at www.jumbolist.com. Jumbo List. Every business begins with Jumbo.
Hey guys, it's Liz. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today's video, I wanted to share with you how I almost got scammed. This is actually a new thing that is going on. At first, I thought this just happened to me, to be quite honest, until I came across a similar story, and I also saw in a group I'm a member of on WhatsApp, somebody saying that this happened to them. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a pandemic we have with these scammers who are targeting Kenyans in diaspora. So this happened to me, I'm gonna say 2 months ago, not quite 2 months, maybe about a month and a half. It was in December. I think it was December. Yeah, it was in December. And I got a call from a number that is registered here in the US. So I picked up the call, and it was on WhatsApp. All right, it was on WhatsApp. And the person said, hey, this is Pastor George. I'm calling from, he mentioned the church. This is a church that I follow. I'm not gonna say the church because this had nothing to do with the church. The person just used that. But this is a church that I follow online, and I'm a member of a WhatsApp group. So when this guy called me, he said, this is Pastor George. I'm calling from this church, and I'm calling to invite you to our Zoom meeting tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. And at first, I thought this was genuine. And because we usually do once a week Zoom meetings, I said, oh, did they move the meetings from Wednesday to a different day? And the guy said, yes. So he played along. And you see now me here offering information. So he said, yeah, it's going to be tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I just wanted you to know that I just wanted to know if you can attend. And I'm like, no, most likely I'm not going to be able to attend. And he did say 5 p.m. Eastern time, US Eastern time, which is my time. So I said I might not be able to make it to the Zoom meeting at that point, but I'll try. But he was like, don't worry about it. If you can't make it, it is okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to send you a link to the meeting. So if you're able to make it, fine. And if you're not able to make it, that is okay too. So everything sounded right. So he said, let me go ahead and send you the invitation link. But just before I send you the link, let me send you a code. Make sure you verify that code so we are able to send you the link. As soon as he said that, immediately he sent me the code on WhatsApp. Immediately. I mean, like before even I understood what was happening, he just said, let me send you the code so that once you verify the code, we are able to send you the link. These people, they don't give you time to think. Everything was happening so fast. So I said, okay. So immediately the code pops up and he said, did you see the code? Did you see the code? At this point, he started talking very fast, really fast. So, and I think it's just for them not to give you time to think through what is happening. So he started talking very fast. Did you get the code? Read it to me, read it to me. And I see the code pop up. And I said, no, I didn't get it. At that point, something clicked in my mind. I'm like, this just doesn't sound right. Why does somebody have to give me a code in order for them to send me a Zoom link to invite me to a meeting? That's just not how it works. So I said to him, the minute he was saying, read back the code to me, I say, why do I need a code in order for you to invite me to a Zoom meeting? That's not how we usually do it. You know, you just get the, he's like, yeah. We are trying to make sure that only members can come to this meeting. That's why we have this code system. We sounded like it's a legit thing, but now, he said, can you read back the code to me? Can you read back the code to me? And I'm like, I didn't get the code. Even though I saw the code, I said, I didn't get the code. Then he said, I'm going to send it again to you through your regular text messaging, because he had sent me the code through WhatsApp. So now that I said I didn't get the code, he said he's going to send it through text message. And he immediately sent the code again. He asked me, okay, can you read back the code? At that point, my brain was thinking fast that something is not right here. And I already knew that if you get a code from somebody, you are not to read it back unless you know who you are talking to. Like, for example, you call your bank and the bank send you a code and you read it back. So you know you initiated the transaction with the bank and you're talking to them. Initially, I genuinely thought I'm talking to somebody from the online group for this particular church. But now this issue of the code is what kind of got me to see there's some red flag here. Literally, I say to the guy, I think you're trying to scam me. First of all, the name he gave me of Pastor George, I say, this church doesn't even have a Pastor George. I think you're trying to scam me. And to be quite honest, at the beginning, I didn't realize that he just said he's Pastor George, and I've never heard of a Pastor George in this church. So I don't know what it is that when they talk and they talk too fast, you don't get the time to process what they are saying at the beginning. But for me, it was the code thing. Otherwise, had he not said, I need you to read back the code to me, I probably would have gone on with whatever it was, and you feel very stupid afterwards. So I say to him, I think you're scamming me. I don't need to read back a code to you in order for you to invite me to a meeting. And I say, and now that I'm thinking about it, you said you're Pastor George, and this church doesn't have a Pastor George. You say, it's me, George, it's me. And I say, you know what? You're a scammer. And as soon as I said you're a scammer, he hung up the phone. So he figured out that I had also figured out what he was up to. This guy, by the way, had a Nigerian accent, a very thick Nigerian accent. So throughout while I was talking to him, I was wondering, okay, maybe this is a Nigerian who has relocated to Kenya. But I could tell that the person I was talking to, even though he was speaking in English, I could tell that he was not a native Kenyan. All right. So I could tell that he was a Nigerian. So he hung up the phone, I hung up the phone. As soon as I hang up the phone, my phone WhatsApp tells me to enter my password. That happened from time to time. You know, sometimes WhatsApp will tell you before you open your WhatsApp, sometimes it will tell you to enter your password. But at this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, did this person manage to hack me? Did they manage to get through to me? What happened? I'm like, no, I'm not going to enter my password. So I did not enter my password for WhatsApp. So I turn off the phone and I go do my other things. But now at this point, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I almost got scammed by this person. I almost got scammed. I'm thinking through it. So I call somebody from the church and I let them know what just happened. Then I send a text message to the church number that I use. And I told that person exactly what had happened. And I told them to share with the group so that if another person in the group get the call, they know that these are scammers, and somehow they're using a US number. Sometimes that can be easier. You can manipulate the phone from anywhere, and it can look like it's calling from either America or whatever country, whatever city or area code, even though in reality, that's not where they are calling from. So that happens. So I sent a message and I told the person this and this and that, and this is what the scammer will ask you. They will invite you to a Zoom meeting and they will tell you it's okay if you can make it, fine. And if you can't make it, it's fine. But just in case you make it, we're going to give you the link just in case you're able to make it. However, they will tell you, they will send you the code first before they send you the link to the meeting. And that's the catch. Once they send that code, if you read it back to them, then you've given them access to your phone. They will take control of your WhatsApp. They will take control of a lot of things. And you can fall victim to a lot of stuff once you give them access. Eventually, I had to open my WhatsApp. So I sent a warning to the group and the person quickly shared with the group so that everybody in the group knew, because it could be just one of the people in the group was hacked. And the scammer was able to see the entire group and see all the members of that group. So what happened was I knew that he had not been successful because I did not read the code back to him the 2 times that he tried to send me the code. So eventually I logged onto WhatsApp. I entered my password and everything worked okay. Everything looked okay. All right. However, the following day, I think it was a day after. Yeah, it was a day after. I tried to log into a company that I do business with. And usually what happens is when you log into that company, they'll ask you to verify your account, the whole 2 steps verification. So one of the steps is they send you a code on the phone and you enter the code before you log in. So I go log into this company and they say, we have sent you the code, please enter the code. But the code does not arrive on my phone. I'm like, that's weird. That time I'm not even thinking anything. I tried, I even called the company. I say, it keeps saying it has sent me the code, but I'm not getting the code. So they look through their system, they can't figure out what's happening. All right, so I'm like, okay, I can verify myself through other ways. So they said, you have another device, we can send you verification through your other device, which is what they did. So I was able to get through. Then I go to my banking and I'm trying to log into the bank. And the bank does the same thing, where you enter a code for verification. That code doesn't come. I'm like, wait a minute, why is this not coming? And I had the same issue yesterday with another company. All this time, you guys, I'm not even trying to think that this could be tied up with a guy who had tried to scam me. So the code does not arrive. I'm like, that's interesting. So I said, okay, let me log into another place where I need a code. I logged into my YouTube, one of my YouTube accounts. So I tried to log in there and it's the same thing. They send me the code, but the code does not come. Now this is my YouTube. I'm like locked out, all right? I'm like, what is going on? Because I had logged out. I was already logged in YouTube through my computer. So I decided to log out and log back in so I see whether I'm able to get the code from Google. Sure enough, Google said, we sent you the code. I'm not receiving the code. What do I do? So again, that's why it's good to have a backup system, because I could have been locked out of my own YouTube. So they sent it to my daughter's phone because they have it linked to mine. They sent the verification code there. She was at school. I text her. I said, can you text me the code that just came to your phone? Lucky enough, she saw it on time. She texted me the code. I entered and I was able to log back to my YouTube account. That's when I knew for sure, something has happened to me, because I'm not able to get any verification code from 3 different companies. So at that point, I thought maybe I needed to call Apple, figure out, because it's an iPhone. But before I called Apple, I decided, let me call my phone company, my provider. So I called Verizon, the company that I use for my phone services. And I told them what was happening. I'm unable to get the code. And they told me, yes, we see here that your phone, I don't remember the word they used, but there was a word that they used. They said my phone, something was done on my phone, and the company had to reset something in order for me to get these codes. So I asked them, when did this happen and why did it happen? They actually gave me the same day and time the scammer was trying to get the code from me. So I don't know that their system picked it up, that something just wasn't right, but somehow their system did something. I guess once I did not read the code back to the guy. So I don't know what happened to the code once you don't read it to them, because when you read it to them, then automatically you give them access to your phone. And I've had where they actually lock you out of WhatsApp, and they will operate your WhatsApp account as if it's you who is operating the WhatsApp account. So they can access other people, ask for money, do all sorts of crazy stuff. But this time the phone company tried to explain to me how they had, I don't know what the word was. I'm sorry, I forgot the word, but they had to do something, I don't know, decompress or something. But then I say, now what do we do? They say, oh, no, we're just going to reset it. I said, no, you're not going to reset my phone to like default setting. They say, no, we are going to reset the whole coding system so that from now moving forward, you can receive the code. So they did that within a minute. Everything was reset. And they sent me a code to test it. They said, we're going to send you a code. No, she said, you're going to hang up the phone. You're going to, I don't know, try to log into your Verizon account, and then we're going to send you a code, and then give me about 5 minutes and I'll call you back. So if you don't get the code, let me know. If you get the code, let me know. So I hang up the phone. They did whatever they had to do. I logged in, I got the code. After 5 minutes, the lady called me back. She said, did you get it? I said, yes. She said, log into the companies, try to log in 2 or 3 companies that you couldn't that you couldn't get the code before. So I did that, logged to company 1. They say they send me the code, and sure enough, the code came to the phone, went to my bank. I tried to log in. I got the code. So if you're here in the US and that happens to you, now you know the first place to call is your phone company. Now, again, I don't know what happened if the hacker or the scammer, I don't know what happened if the scammer manages to get access to your stuff, your phone. I'm sure it's the same thing. You would have to alert your provider. But in my case, because I did not give them I did not read the code back, yeah, they can't. I remember a few years ago, a friend of mine in Ohio, that happened to her. And what happened was when the scammer got a hold of her phone, they locked her out of everything. She couldn't make calls. She couldn't send text messages. She couldn't access her bank account. So they were able to change a lot of stuff. And the bank was trying to reach her, because usually the bank, when a large amount of money has been used, they'll try to call you just to make sure that it's you. Sometimes they'll block the transaction, and sometimes they'll let the transaction go through, but they will still call you to see, is it you who just made this transaction? So the bank is trying to call her, but you know what? She can't receive any calls. She can't receive any calls. So she doesn't know. The bank is trying to do different things, and they have no access to her. And by the time she figured out what is happening, because now she had to go to her provider, the phone company, in person, because she couldn't call the phone company, she couldn't call the bank, she couldn't call anybody. They managed to get her phone back, and that's when she realized the bank was trying to reach her. And to call the bank, she was told they were verifying if she had made a certain transaction. Turned out to be it wasn't her. The good thing is the bank gave her back her money. That's the one good thing here, that if your money is taken from the bank or somebody made a charge on your card and it's not you, the bank will give you back the money, but they still have to have you fill up the form. They have to launch their own investigation to make sure you did not use the card or the money, and then you turn around and say, it wasn't me. All right, so she got all her money back. But these crooks, they've become very, very, very smart. And if they manage to hack or to scam one of your friends, then they can go through the list, the contact list. They can go through the groups. Now they have access to the groups and the people in the groups and their phone numbers. I think this is how this whole thing is able to snowball, and that's how they're able to call different people. So just be aware, because I thought my case was isolated, and now I've seen 2 other similar cases, and that's why I'm here talking about it. Because if it happened to me and I see now 2 other cases, I'm sure it's happening to a lot of people, a lot of people. Just make sure if somebody calls you, sending you a code that you did not initiate, like you don't do business with these people. I mean, with the group, it was different. Even if it's not business, this was a church group that I know. So it was very easy for me to believe, because they do hold Zoom meetings. So this person came very, very close. And the way they put it, like, you don't have to worry about it. Even if you can't attend the meeting, just have the link, just in case you're able to log in. And that's where they get you, because you're like, yeah, they're even telling me I don't have to, but just have it in case you have the time or you are able to. But just pay attention to people asking you, oh, we sent you a code. Read the code back to me. The minute you read the code back to them, you have given them access to your phone, and they will lock you out while they control everything, whether it's your WhatsApp or even your entire phone. All right. So just want to put that out there, because it's something going on. And I'm sure other people probably have experienced that. I don't know where these scammers are. They could be still sitting in Nigeria, or they're in Kenya. I don't know that they will be here, even though they're using an American number. That's easy, probably a Google number. You know how you go on Google and you can get any local number you want. But I don't know. And even with a Google number, I think you still have to link it to your US number. So I don't know how that works. But I think you still have to link it. So I don't know how these people are able to manipulate the numbers. That happens a lot. If you live here in America, I'm sure you've had maybe you've had calls from these people in India who call telling you, oh, your car was found at the border of US and Mexico, and there was a lot of drugs in the car, and we are calling you from the FBI. They say it's the police, the local police, the Social Security Office, the FBI, I don't know and who. It's like 6 different branches of the US government is on the phone with you. And it's been going on for a long time. And these scammers will tell you, you're going to be arrested. Of course, if that's not how things work here. But they play on people just in case you are not familiar with the system and you start providing all the type of information they are asking you for. But these people, when they call you, then on the call ID, it will register a US number, even though these people usually will be calling from India. So it's kind of similar, but a different type of scam. We just have to be careful. Just be careful, because you just never know. These people can wipe you out, or just make life miserable for you when you're locked out of your phone. And we do a lot of stuff on our phones. Can't survive without it. But yeah, so be on the lookout for these people, and it doesn't matter. Even if you see it's a US number, do not read a code back to them. Do not read a code back to them. But I can tell you this particular one was a Nigerian accent. I'm Pastor George, inviting you to to a Zoom meeting tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm so happy I did not give them the code back. But that's because I had already known that you should not read a code back to anybody that is not a company you have called to do or you're doing business with. Okie dokie. So I hope you guys stay safe. Don't let these people come for your hard-earned money or try to make life miserable for you. Unfortunately, people like this are always going to be out there in the world where they just sit in their houses and try to figure out how they can make money from the rest of us who are working. So be careful. I don't know if they're doing that in Kenya, if they're calling people in Kenya, but I would think it will be the same thing, even if they called somebody in Kenya, call you, pretend to be there from your church or your church group, and they're inviting you to whatever it is. Just don't give them any code back, all right? Do not let these people make life miserable for you. Do not give these people access to anything. If they tell you they're calling you from your church, just hang up and tell them, you hang up, I'll call the church, and hang up the phone. Please, please, please share this video with all your friends on WhatsApp, on Facebook, so they don't fall victim of the same thing. Share, 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 share. You guys have a wonderful day, a good night, or a good morning, depending on the time of the day you watch this video, and stay safe and stay alert. Take care and God bless. Bye.
In a world where opportunities are boundless and connections pave the way for success, there's one event that stands out above the rest: the Jumbo List Expo 2024. After a resounding success in New Jersey, Jumbo List is back. From May 24th to May 27th, join us for an unforgettable journey at the Jumbo List Expo 2024 as we celebrate Memorial Day weekend in a grand fashion, a weekend where dreams meet opportunity. Together, we are unlocking those two possibilities. So maybe you're wondering, what sets the Jumbo List Expo apart? It's where every business begins with Jumbo, a gathering of brilliant minds, innovative ideas, and limitless potential. This isn't just an expo. It's a convergence of industry titans, thought leaders, and aspiring entrepreneurs, all united by a shared vision of growth and success. For more details and inquiries, don't forget to reach us through our social media pages, our phone numbers, and our website at www.jumbolist.com. Jumbo List. Every business begins with Jumbo.